Welcome to the Keep Dreaming podcast, the show where adversity meets purpose and purpose gives birth to your destiny, but more importantly, your dreams. I'm your host, Charleston Girley, so grab your coffee and let's dive in. Yo, it's another good morning, and so I want to give you a special good morning from me to you, and I want to welcome each and every one of you all back to the Keep Dreaming podcast. You all have stuck with me this far, and so I want you all to finish this race as we track towards the end. But I want to tell you something. Every great dream dies the same death. But not because it wasn't possible, but because it was buried under distractions. You see, distractions kill more dreams than failure ever will. And if the enemy can't destroy you, you best believe he'll try to distract you. But if you can eliminate the distractions, if you can find a way to stay focused through all the turmoil, through all the noise, and keep your eyes on the vision that God gave you, you'll become unstoppable. And so today we're going to focus on being able to not only protect your dreams, but to outlast the temporary and to quiet the noise. And so the title of today's episode, are your dreams for sale? Is there a price tag on your dreams? Are you willing to sell it? That's what we're going to be talking about on today. And so as we jump into our coffee segment of the day, I'm back with another espresso shot. But there's a reason why I have an espresso on today. So if you know anything about espresso, it's like just a little shot, but it's so pricey. And your dreams are just as pricey. They're just as valuable. And so you got to be willing to protect it. And so I wanted us to have something on today, at least for myself, not only so that I could stay focused, but so that I could understand the value of something. I can understand the price. There's a reason why an espresso shot is so pricey because of the impact that it makes. It keeps you awake. It's more than just regular coffee. And that's what my dreams are like. And that's what your dreams need to be like. And so if you got your coffee, if you got your mug, let's get a cheers to the day. And let's get into today's episode. So welcome back to the Keep Dreaming podcast. Again, I'm your host, Charleston Girley. And today we're talking about eliminating the distractions, protecting your dream, and outlasting the temporary. Because every dream, you're going to face obstacles. And most of them will look like failure. But they'll look like busyness as well. They'll look like a lot of noise, a lot of opportunities that don't actually align with your purpose. And so this episode might be the most important one that I've ever recorded. Because if you can master focus, you can master your dream. Think about it. If you can master focus, if you can master just a laser focus, stay honed in on what it is that you're trying to get to, keep all the outside noise blocked away, you'll be able to accomplish your dreams. And so when I think back over my life and I think about all the different dreams, the times that I almost sold the dream, the time that I got distracted, if I'm being honest, the greatest was when I almost lost myself. When I played into the different things that society was saying that a black man should be, that a black man, if you play collegiate football, the number one question, why didn't you go to the NFL? Or you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be in this room. You're not supposed to have all these real estate houses. You're not supposed to be able to do creative financing. You're not supposed to be able to write a book. You're from Pine Bluff. How in the hell did you accomplish all of this? But had I played into those distractions, had I played into the noise, had I played into other people's opinions of me, you see, they could never get to where I got to because they listened to the outside noise. But there were moments along my journey where I kind of listened to it. And I kind of played into it a little bit, thinking that I was a product of my environment, thinking that I couldn't make it outside of Arkansas, thinking that because of my lack of resources that I couldn't amount to anything. But I had to dial it back in. And I had to find myself. And the way that I found myself is that I first found God. And so as we are talking about distractions, the very first thing is that you got to find God. If you're able to find God, God is the light. We're surrounded by darkness. We're surrounded by sin. We are surrounded by people's failures that they try to project upon us. We are surrounded by poverty. And I'm not just talking about poverty of the pockets. I'm talking about poverty of the mindset. Everybody doesn't have a rich mindset and they try to portray different things upon you. You have social media portraying different things upon you. And so if you're able to hone in and just find God, find him for yourself. After you find him, then he shows you who you are. And thankfully, gratefully, I was able to find God. I was able to find myself. And I've been locked in on my dreams ever since, being able to accomplish the impossible, all types of things. Never would have thought that I would have written a book. Never would I thought I would have made a mobile app on my phone from scratch with no IT background. Never would I thought that I would accomplish what I did in real estate, what God blessed me to do just throughout my career, accounting degree, master's degree, businesses. But it was because I was able to be laser focused. And so distraction, it doesn't always look bad. Sometimes we think that distractions are negative things, but actually sometimes distractions, they often look good. But it doesn't mean that it's from God. You see, your flesh like what feels good. Your flesh likes what looks good. And so you got to be able to hone that in to dial it back. And when you start to chase too many ventures, spreading yourself too thin, being busy, not productive, all of it can rob you of your dreams and the focus. And so here's the truth. Every time you sit down and you binge watch TV, you're looking at someone else's dream. I remember when I was talking to a mentor, and one of the greatest things that she told me, she said, every time you turn on that TV, you saw somebody else's dream come true. And that's reality. Too many times we get caught up in drama-filled shows, drama-filled movies, and it plays all these negative things in our mind. And the reality is that that was somebody's dream. Somebody had a dream for their TV show. Somebody had a dream for their movie, and they brought it into reality. They brought it into fruition, and now you're sitting there watching it while your dream passes you by. Your dream passes you by. You run home from work. You're watching this. You leave from here, and you go home and you watch it. Never once feeling like your dream deserves that same attention. And so while you're watching their dream, what's happening to yours? Are you investing the same focus in your God-given vision? Or are you giving all your energy to someone else? Now, I know that may seem a little harsh, and I'm not saying that you can't ever watch TV. But how many times do we say we want this dream to happen? We want this vision to happen, and we don't do the hard thing. We don't sacrifice. We are not willing to suffer. And if you aren't willing to suffer, if you aren't willing to sacrifice, you just sold your dream, and somebody else is going to take it and run with it. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 says, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Get rid of the distractions. Let go of the things that is not serving you and be able to hone in and focus. I got a Bible story for you today. I told y'all the Bible is the greatest book ever written. It has all truth, no lies. But if I want you to go to the book of Nehemiah, and if you get time after this episode, I want you to go and read that book because it's a great book about staying focused and not allowing the distractions to happen. But in the book of Nehemiah, he set out to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. And when he was doing the construction and rebuilding of the wall, he faced so many constant distractions. Enemies mocked him, they threatened him, and they even tried to lure him away from his work, from his purpose. But Nehemiah's response was powerful. And he said, I am doing a great work. I cannot come down. Don't come down. If you're working on your dream, if you're working on your vision, don't come down. Yeah, they may be saying this, don't come down. Yeah, this may be going on, don't come down. Nehemiah understood the distractions as interruptions. They were strategies designed to stop the dream from becoming reality. And behind those people is the enemy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but of spirits and of principalities. So just like Nehemiah stayed on the wall, stay on the wall. Keep building. Keep building. This is the posture that you need for your dream. Whether it's the noise of social media, the opinions of others, or opportunities that don't align with your vision, you have to stand firm and say that I am doing a great work and I refuse to come down. So how do you go about protecting the dream? Number one, you got to guard your mind. Negative thoughts and comparisons are dream killers. When you start to compare yourself, when you start to have all these negative thoughts, feeding yourself these negative mindsets, you start to kill the dream immediately. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8 says, whatever is true, noble, right, pure, think about those things. Sober your mind. When we talk about being sober, it's talking about being clear-headed. Now, I'm not talking about alcohol consumption, but in the sense, it's the same thing. I got to be clear-minded. I got to be focused. So you got to guard your mind. Number two, you got to guard your time. Distractions can steal time that you can't get back. This watch that I'm looking at, the time is ticking. And every time that it ticks, I can't get that back. So I got to stay focused and I got to value the time. One of the greatest assets that we have is time, because we have it right now, but once it's gone, we lose it. And so you got to be able to value that time. And then number three, you got to guard your energy. Don't let temporary drama drain long-term vision. Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 3, I am doing a great work and I can't come down. Now, when we're thinking about these dreams, again, we said that obstacles are going to come, trials are going to come. But the one thing that I want to tell you right now, outlast the temporary, outlast the suffering. The suffering is going to come. The trials are going to come. You will fall. Failure will come into existence. Outlast the temporary. It's here today, gone tomorrow. But sometimes we give up in the temporary. Sometimes we give up in the trial. And every distraction is temporary. Every suffering is temporary. But every true dream is eternal. When you go to sleep at night, the one thing that comes up in the morning, whether it's raining, no matter what's happening, is the sun come up. So all you got to do is tell yourself, even though it's raining, even though it's thundering, tomorrow the sun is going to come up. And if the sun is up, I'm up. If the sun is up, my dreams are up. If the sun is up, I'm pushing forward. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18 says, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Your dreams are eternal. They're unseen. You can't see them right now. They haven't happened yet. But get your eyes off the temporary. Outlast the temporary. Embrace the suffering. Embrace the trials. Because again, like we talked about in previous episodes, it starts to build something within you. It starts to build resiliency. It starts to build endurance. It starts to build perseverance. And so some practical strategies to be able to eliminate the distractions is, number one, we got to set boundaries. Not every call, not every DM or invite deserves your attention. I got to block this out. I got to block you. I got to block this. I got to turn the TV off. As my mom used to say when we were growing up and we were focusing on our homework, we would have the TV on in the background and she would come in and turn the TV off. And the reason that she was saying it, because it was a distraction. It wasn't helping us focus on what we had in front of us. Turn the TV off. But then you got to master a yes and a no. Jesus said, let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. Too many times we're afraid to tell people no. I would say we struggle to tell ourselves no. And so you got to be able to say no to the good so that you can go get the great. You might have to turn that dessert down because your dream is a peak body. You might have to turn that episode off because you're focused on writing this book. You got to be able to say yes, and then you got to be able to say no. Create you a dream environment. You got to build routines. We talked about routines and habits. And you got to place yourself around people that will sharpen you and that will help you to focus. And then you got to have that digital discipline. You got to cut that screen time down, social media. Here's what I want you to do. If you want to be on social media so bad, just filter it. Take out the crap that doesn't belong there and filter it. When I was building my real estate, I went and followed everybody that was either a real estate investor or building something that had something to do with real estate. So now when I went to social media, everything that I saw that I was scrolling, it was pouring into the dream. So just filter it. Get the shade room out the way. Get this drama field out the way. Get all of the stuff that doesn't pour into the dream out the way. And then go follow people that are pouring into the dream. Go follow me. I'm going to point you to your dream. So if you want to be on social media that bad, you go follow me right now. But the focus is the difference between dreamers who wish and dreamers who win. Are you a winner? Is your dream that valuable, worth chasing to where you become a winner? You got winners and losers. It's black and white. We're not playing in the gray area. You're either a winner, becoming a winner, or you're a loser. If you dive into the distractions, you're a loser. But your dreams deserve for you to win. I often tell myself that at the end of it all, at the end of my life, when God calls me home, will my jersey be in the rafters? What does that mean? In sports, after you finish your career, each sport has this Hall of Fame. And majority of the time, you get a gold jacket, you hang the jerseys in the rafters. And I often tell myself, at the end of my life, will my jersey be in the rafter? And that is a motivation to me because I want my jersey in the rafter. I want CJ in the rafter hanging up because I know I put in the work. I know I grinded. I know I made my dream so valuable and I brought them into reality because I didn't allow distractions to take my focus. I didn't allow foolishness to take my focus. I stayed dialed in. I stayed locked down until it happened. And at the end of it all, God hung my jersey in the rafters. And so when we think about focus, when we think about creating greatness, we have celebrities, we have NBA players, NFL players, but I'm here to tell you, they're no better than you. They're human just like you. They bleed just like you bleed. But the difference is that they focused. They became good at what they are. They became good at their skill sets and they perfected it. And they made a decision to dedicate themselves fully to their craft. You don't have an excuse. You can do literally the same thing is possible for you, but you are one decision, one mindset, one dream away from accomplishing great things. And so the only thing that you really got to do, you got to get the doubt out of your mind. Distractions, they don't just come from the outside, but they also come from the inside. And doubt is going to be one of the biggest distractions that you will ever face. It starts to whisper. It starts to tell you that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve this, that you're from poverty, you don't deserve to be rich, that you don't have both your parents, so you can't make it happen, that you don't have what it takes. All of this negativity, it tells you all this. But here's the truth. God didn't give you that dream that he didn't equip you to carry. He did not give you a dream that he did not equip you to carry. But the moment that you silence the doubt and you give space to faith, focus, and determination, you start to rise. Get out of the darkness. Allow God to be the light. Allow God to lead you through the valley of the shadow of death. For we fear no evil, because God is with us. Eliminate the distractions, walk with God, and make your dreams a reality. And so I started this episode, and I gave you the title, and I said, are your dreams for sale? At the end of the day, your dream is priceless. Don't sell it for temporary comfort. Don't trade it for distractions. Don't give it up just because it takes longer than you expected. Your dream isn't for sale, not to fear, not to doubt, not to the critics, not to comparison. My will to win can't be bought. My dream is not for sale. There's no price tag that you can put on my dream and I will sell it to you. It's too valuable. It's too priceless. My kids got to experience this dream. My kids' got to experience this dream. My grandparents, I owe it to them to make this dream a reality. The people that have gone on before me, I owe it to them to make this dream happen, this vision happen. So my dream cannot be for sale. I got to stay focused. I got to stay locked in. And you got to do the same. Don't throw yourself a pity party. Get up. Get up. Get up off the floor. Get off the ground and keep pushing. Keep going. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Shun not the struggle. Embrace it. It's his God's gift. Too many people have sold their dreams for cheap, for the opinions of others, for quick money, for short-term pleasure, and then they were never still satisfied. And so let me make this clear. My will to win, it cannot be bought. No distraction, no shortcut, no dollar amount can purchase my focus nor my dream. The dream that God gave me is beyond any price, and so is the determination to see it through. And so your homework assignment this week, get back out your journal, and I want you to write down 3 distractions that you struggle with. It could be social media, it could be time, it could be energy. Write those things down. Then I want you to make one concrete decision to cut or reduce each of them. I'm going to be a little hard on you. I want you to cut them. Because if you made it to episode 9, that tells me that you are serious about your dream. You are serious about making it happen. And so, again, are you willing to jump off the porch? Are you willing to cut ties with anything that's not serving you on today? I want you to go on my YouTube, subscribe to the podcast. I want you to share this episode with somebody who is thinking about selling their dreams. We can't sell it. One thing that I learned in real estate, people that don't have the knowledge, they sell. Somebody comes in, they buy it, they gentrify it, and they make all types of money. Don't let anybody make money off your dreams. Don't let anybody make money off your visions. You do it for you, and you do it for your family. Don't let your dreams be for sale. And so if you feel like this episode challenged you, go share it with a friend. We're eliminating distractions. We're very close to making our dreams become a reality. And so this week, I want you to be blessed. I want you to eliminate the distraction. Always, always, always keep dreaming.